Just sorting it out as you do. Look at that, eh? So today is the 2nd of January, so we're into 2024. Temperature of the day, it's a little bit warmer than yesterday, but it's not, I don't think it's as nice. It's a little bit, it's cloudy today, but it's 19 in the shade. I did see in the week, it's going up to 22, but there's been some rumours about there might be some rain coming down from the north end of the week, but so we have to stick that out and see what happens. So, Mad Dave, now Mad Dave, he won the free sticker Sunday pool. No, Dan, you're a top man. Everybody else is top people. Top man Dan for getting in there first, I think. Couldn't see anybody else coming in. Everybody's coming in now. Yeah, anyway, Mad Dave won the free sticker Sunday stickers. And I still ain't heard nothing, Dave. So, get a move on. So, I just need your name and your address. Yeah, that's it. So, today's question, because I'm back on the questions now. So, I'm back doing the daily vlogs. Yogi saying where he's sticker, because you didn't win it. So, hang about for Sunday, Yogi. You might have another chance to win it. So, today's question, yeah, I haven't got a name on this one. Now, what I've noticed is when I go in the chat, one of my daily vlog chats, I pick up the @ sign. Anyway, this has got user MM4, whoever that is. Anyway, he asked, because a while back, I was talking about something else a while back. Anyway, he says, hi, you were talking about your boiler problems earlier. How much would the Spanish charge to replace it for a new one? So yeah, we're talking probably about a month ago. What it was, we got an oil boiler. We got an oil boiler, and what we think, because we don't know nothing about boiler. We're no electricians or boiler people. Anyway, the light that lights the oil had gone out. And as far as we're concerned, it's to do with the water pressure, because here the water does fluctuate in pressure-wise. If they drop the pressure down, that seems to interfere with the boiler. Anyway, the light went out, so we called out the boiler man that we've been using for about a year or so, and he said to us, Sean, you need a new boiler. He says, your boiler's old and there's nothing in it. So he left us with no hot water, no heating, other than he gave us an idea. We had an idea to replace the boiler here, and we were talking about oil boilers. It was going to cost us, I think it was about, I had it in my head this morning. I'm sure, I know it was over £2,000. I mean, we could possibly be talking $2,000 to $3,000, but I definitely know it was over £2,000 for a new boiler, and that's just replacing the boiler. So anyway, we left it with him because obviously we had to think about it, because we ain't got that sort of money hanging around that we can just give out. So one of the things we can't have here, we can't have gas. You can have the cylinder gas. But that's something completely different, and most people use that for heating up the water. You can heat your water up with a gas bottle, but we haven't got piped in gas here. Now I think down the road at the country club, I'm not too sure about the Condado, but I would think those two places have got piped in gas, but here we got no piped in gas. So the only option you got here is oil, or you could use pellet. Now, obviously, a pellet burner is going to cost a lot more, a decent, for central heating I'm talking about, not just for heating the room up, but for central heating, it's going to cost you a lot more. So, that's something to think about. So, no, we thought about it, but what I do always suggest, guys, is get a second opinion. Because that's what we've done. We contacted another guy that we used to use, but it was always a nightmare, because he was obviously... because he's so busy. Anyway, he come out and he said the complete opposite. He said, there's nothing wrong with your boiler. He fixed it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say no names, guys. Don't even ask me or private message me, because I'm not going to say nothing. This is up to you guys to sort out your own problems. But anyway, what I will recommend is always get a second opinion on anything, be it the car, be it the boiler, even buying a house, I suppose. But anyway, I've got my wife sending me a message. She obviously hadn't looked out the window. Yeah, so what am I talking about? Oh yeah, always get a second opinion, guys. So anyway, the guy said to us, we got years in that boiler, so we just paid him I think it was like 30 euros, you know, call out fee. I'd imagine we're probably talking about this, because I think what he's getting at is it sort of the same price as the UK. I mean, obviously never had an oil boiler in the UK. We had gas, or we had electric, I suppose, but gas was probably what we used to have. And looking on local stores here, if you a gas boiler about half the price, you can get a really good gas boiler for less than £1,000. Obviously somebody's got to fit it in as well. That's the additional costs, isn't it? And I think that's what it was. It was over £2,000 obviously to put it in as well. But anyway, we didn't need it, and since he come and fixed it, it's been working fine. What I will say about the central heating, because that's me, if you watch me over the years, I've always bang on about it, guys. We had a wood burner installed, because even with the central heating, it just wasn't enough, you know, other than having more radiators put in, no doubt. The only problem with these properties that I live in on campus, so they're not insulated. So as soon as the heating goes off, it's gone. So having a wood burner, wow, I tell you what, best money I've spent. I think it cost me about 1,200, having it fitted as well, because obviously we had to have a special flue thing put in as well. I mean, we had the chimney, but we needed a flue. The guys had to put in, I mean, heavy things, wood burners. And then I think we paid about 150 euros for a ton of logs, and we don't use that much. I mean, some nights we don't even need to use a wood burner. The heating is enough, but sometimes, and I think when it gets really cloudy here, we stick on the wood burner. And I mean, another thing we're going to have to sort out is what we've noticed is that once the wood burner's on, it knocks off the central heating, because our central heating works on, I'm not into all this stuff, guys, but once it gets to a certain temperature, the heating goes off. So I think we've got to look at getting some thermostats for all the radiators. So it's another additional cost. Another thing we've got to think about as well is probably this year is get double glazing put in, especially in our bedroom and in the lounge. All things to make it a little bit more comfortable. Anyway, so hopefully user MM4, well, I've got user MM4XP4VM41. Hope it answered the question. Yeah, I mean, I think an oil boiler definitely cheaper than a pellet burner. But obviously, if you can get gas, then gas is a lot cheaper. As always, I keep reading every now and again in the local fake news reports about they're going to try and ban, not here, but I think in the UK, when they're going to try and ban gas boilers right here in the coming years. And obviously wood burners, they've got this thing about you can only burn so much in your chimney. I mean, thankfully here that hasn't, nothing's been talked about that yet, thankfully, but that's something to think about. But just before I go, just a quick one about Spanish banks. So annoying. Now, I'm a Catholic. I don't mind mentioning their name because he knows what I feel about, my bank manager knows how I feel about him. So, funny enough, I even asked him, could he sponsor me? And he said no. So, this is why I'm not too bothered what I say about CasaBank. I don't know, I forget his name, so I can't even mention his name really. But anyway, what annoys me, at the moment, the CasaBank on campus now has been refitted, which is good. I believe they're going to have 2 cash point machines being put in. Now, officially, that should have been done now, but As far as I know, maybe it's not done, and maybe the bank's still being done over. What really annoys me, yesterday, every beginning of the month, we always transfer our money over to the Spanish bank, and we only put enough money in there to get us through the month. I don't put anything extra, because we don't get no savings off them. It's rubbish, and I don't trust them anyway, and I just put in enough money to cover us for the month. Anyway, yesterday, we transferred the money. I know it had gone in at 4 o'clock, because I always get a message off Currencies Direct to let us know when the money's gone in there. And I checked, I had a warning off the bank this morning to say we're going to go overdrawn. And I checked the money, and it still hasn't gone through. Or you can't phone them. We've just sent them a message. Hopefully they'll respond to that. But I got a horrible feeling, because they're not there. I mean, what I don't understand here, in UK, when I deal with my UK bank, and obviously it's done automatically, and it's all computerized, isn't it? But the Spanish, nah, it has to be put through manually. The guy has to put it through. Why? I don't know. It's just so annoying, because it looks like we're gonna go overdrawn, and we're gonna have to pay another bank. I know, and I could contact the manager. He ain't gonna he don't care give us stuff, so we're gonna get charged an extra fee for going overdrawn. It's just so annoying why Spanish banks are just not run properly. And I'm bringing a video out in a week's time, maybe this week, I don't know, it depends how we get on with things, about off-plan properties. I couldn't believe it. I read a report the other week in Spain, and this is only in not one area, this is going from Granada through Almeria up to Murcia, 15 housing developments scamming people still. I thought that was all stopped. I thought the government put in safety measures, especially the banks, and it did say in the statement that it's going to court this month because the bank didn't do it properly. So people put money, I think they put in, we're talking 20 million here out of these 15, and there's no doubt there's probably more. I mean, but don't be put off, guys, because I know there's a lot of off-plan developments here in Spain, especially the past year, that are being done properly, and it's all been done kosher. But unfortunately, there's still unscrupulous people out there still willing to rip people off. Anyway, they put in 10,000 deposits. The solicitor says it's going to take years to get that back off them. And obviously it's to do with the banks. The building developments are supposed to take out the insurance. Obviously they didn't. They don't even own the land. Anyway, that video's coming up in a week's time when I get round to doing it. I've got a lot going on at the moment. So yeah, so bit of a moan at the end there. But anyway, guys, I've got 47 in the house. I've only got 24 likes. Come on. I know yesterday, hopefully, I didn't misinterpret yesterday. I did say that if I got over 100 likes, I might have gone in the water yesterday. But I was only talking about yesterday, not about next year's charity swim. Because I can safely say, looking at some of those people coming back, they were cold. And I noticed from yesterday's video, I got well over 100 thumbs up. But that doesn't mean, don't give me a thumbs up, please. But that doesn't mean next year, next year I'll be doing the charity swim, because I can safely say that ain't happening. And then I can safely say there's no way, even though I'll just turn it around before we'll go. There's no way I'm going in that pool, even though it looks inviting, doesn't it? I think somebody said to me yesterday it was about I think it's about 15. Now I would think our pool is probably about 12. I ain't checked the duck, but I ain't checking the duck, because I just know it's too cold. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with another good question. Who we've got tomorrow? I've got Akai. So look forward to tomorrow. Anyway, guys, adios amigos. Catch you tomorrow. It's pretty warm, but not. I wish it was more blue sky. But adios.